You become what you consume, not just food, but thoughts, voices, and videos. Every day, we're surrounded by a constant stream of information, entertainment, and opinions. It's easy to forget that what we let into our minds is just as important as what we put on our plates. The content we absorb shapes our beliefs, our moods, and even our sense of self. We obsess over what we eat, knowing it shapes our bodies. We read labels, count calories, and make conscious choices to nourish ourselves physically. But rarely do we apply the same care to what we feed our minds. But what about our minds? When was the last time you paused to consider the quality of your mental intake? Just as junk food can leave us feeling sluggish, mental junk can cloud our thoughts and drain our energy. Every scroll, every video, every podcast is mental nourishment or junk. The endless feed of content can be uplifting and inspiring, or it can be overwhelming and toxic. The choice is often unconscious, but the effects are real. Some content builds you up, others drain you, leaving anxiety and negativity behind. The difference can be subtle at first, a shift in mood, a spike in stress, a lingering sense of unease. Most of us don't realize the impact until we feel unfocused, lost, or dissatisfied. We wonder why we're restless or irritable, not realizing our digital diet is quietly shaping our inner world. Your mind absorbs everything it's exposed to, good or bad. Like a sponge, it soaks up the energy, ideas, and emotions from every source you encounter. If you constantly watch drama and conflict, you start to see the world through that lens. The stories you hear and the images you see become the filter through which you interpret reality. Over time, this shapes your emotions, your actions, and your reality. The content you consume can either empower you to grow or hold you back in cycles of negativity. Being intentional about your mental diet isn't a luxury, it's essential self-care. Just as you choose nourishing foods, you can choose content that uplifts, educates, and inspires you. Every piece of content is a choice. Does it move you closer to who you want to be, or further away? The next time you reach for your phone or turn on the TV, remember, you're not just passing time. You're shaping your mind, your mood, and ultimately your life. Your phone is more than a tool, it's a mirror reflecting the reality you choose. Watch disaster and outrage and you'll feel anxious and hopeless. Watch stories of hope and resilience and you'll feel inspired and empowered. The world outside hasn't changed, your perception has, shaped by your content choices. Social media algorithms feed you more of what you engage with, creating echo chambers. Without awareness, you end up surrounded by negativity which seeps into your real life. The content you consume becomes the raw material for your beliefs and self-image. Constant exposure to curated perfection breeds comparison and discontent. By choosing what you watch, you're choosing your mood, your perspective, and your story. You're not just picking entertainment, you're shaping your reality. Make your choices count. Your brain isn't fixed in place or set in stone. Instead, it's constantly adapting, reshaping, and rewiring itself in response to everything you experience, think, and feel. This remarkable ability is called neuroplasticity, and it means that the more you use a certain mental pathway, the stronger and more automatic it becomes, just like a well-worn trail in the woods. If you fill your mind with negativity, whether it's doom scrolling, harsh self-talk, or constant worry, your brain becomes wired for anxiety, stress, and even anger. But here's the good news, you can also intentionally build new pathways for gratitude, resilience, and optimism, simply by choosing what you focus on and consume. At first, positive content, like uplifting videos, inspiring podcasts, or stories of hope, might feel unfamiliar or even uncomfortable, especially if you're used to negativity. But with repetition, these new experiences start to feel natural. Every time you choose to watch something uplifting or listen to a podcast that teaches you something new, you're reinforcing those positive pathways. Each small choice, whether it's a motivational video, a thoughtful article, or a moment of reflection, adds up, gradually shifting your mindset toward growth and possibility. Over time, the old negative patterns that once felt automatic begin to fade away, replaced by new, empowering habits and beliefs. Real change isn't always dramatic or sudden, it's the result of countless small intentional choices made day after day. Like stacking stones to build a foundation, every positive action, no matter how small, contributes to the person you're becoming. You're not stuck with the brain you have today, you have the power to shape and mold it, just like an artist with clay. Every time you choose to learn, to grow, or to seek out inspiration, you're actively rewiring your brain. One video, one podcast, one new idea at a time. So, be intentional. Choose content that supports the person you want to become, and let your daily media diet reflect your highest aspirations. Remember, transformation isn't a one-time event, it's a daily practice, and every day is a new opportunity to shape your mind for the better. To master your mindset, understand your brain's chemistry. Dopamine drives you to seek rewards. Social media exploits this, keeping you hooked. The endless scroll and notifications trigger dopamine, making you crave more even if the content is empty. This isn't weakness, it's your brain's reward system being manipulated. Mirror neurons make you feel what you watch: joy, anger, or stress. Consuming negativity leaves you drained, positivity lifts you up. You're not a passive observer, your brain is actively mirroring what you see. Choose content that inspires calm, compassion, and growth. Use brain science to your advantage. Feed your mind what you want to feel. Take back control from the algorithms. Be a conscious consumer. Let me introduce you to Rohan, a young man who, like so many of us, found himself trapped in a cycle of endless scrolling. Every day he'd wake up, reach for his phone, and get lost in a sea of notifications, news, and opinions. The more he scrolled, the more frustrated and anxious he felt. It was as if the noise from his screen was echoing inside his mind, leaving him feeling angry, restless, and disconnected from his own life. Rohan's daily content diet was filled with negativity, bad news, online arguments, and endless criticism. He didn't realize it at first, but this steady stream of toxic input was shaping his mood, his thoughts, and even his relationships. The more negativity he consumed, the more it seemed to seep into every part of his life. One day, after a particularly stressful evening, Rohan decided he'd had enough. He took a bold step, deleting the apps that drained his energy and unfollowing accounts that only fueled division and outrage. He silenced the constant pings and set boundaries for his screen time, determined to reclaim his peace of mind. At first, the sudden quiet felt strange, even uncomfortable. But Rohan didn't let the silence intimidate him. Instead, he began to fill it with positive, uplifting content. He listened to mindfulness podcasts, watched videos that taught him new skills, and tried guided meditations that helped him reconnect with himself. Slowly, the silence became a space for growth. Instead of getting pulled into online debates or doom scrolling, Rohan chose to listen to inspiring interviews and stories of people overcoming challenges. He found himself learning from others' journeys, gaining new perspectives, and feeling motivated to make changes in his own life. The transformation didn't happen overnight. There were days when old habits tried to creep back in. But with each small, intentional choice, Rohan noticed real changes. He started journaling his progress, reflecting on his feelings, and celebrating even the smallest victories. Gradually, his anxiety faded. His focus returned, and he discovered a renewed energy for work, hobbies, and spending time with friends. The world felt brighter, and his days became more meaningful. The positive content he chose didn't just change his mood, it sparked uplifting conversations and helped him build deeper connections. He felt a growing sense of accomplishment and belonging. By changing what he consumed, Rohan transformed his emotional state. He found peace where there was once chaos, and clarity where there was confusion. He took control of his mental diet, and in doing so, took control of his life. Each positive choice built on the last, creating a foundation for lasting change. Remember, your content choices have the power to shape your reality. What you feed your mind influences how you feel, act, and connect with the world around you. Start with just one intentional change. Unfollow a negative account, subscribe to a podcast that lifts you up, or set aside time for mindful reflection. Small steps can lead to big transformations. Purpose isn't something you stumble upon, it grows from what you feed your mind every single day. Choose wisely and watch your life change for the better. The first step to mastering your mindset is becoming a conscious curator. Start with a digital declutter. Track everything you watch, read, and listen to for a day or two. Ask yourself, does this make me feel better or worse? Make 2 lists, content that uplifts you and content that drags you down. Most of us consume on autopilot. This audit brings clarity. Next, detox, unfollow, unsubscribe, or delete anything that consistently makes you feel worse. It might feel uncomfortable at first, but you're not missing out. You're making space for better. The quiet may feel strange, but it's where real change begins. You're no longer letting algorithms dictate your mind. You're choosing peace and control. This is the foundation for a stronger, more positive mindset. After decluttering, it's time to plant new seeds in your mind. Identify the qualities you want to cultivate: peace, knowledge, creativity, compassion. Seek out content that aligns with your vision. Diversify your positive inputs: podcasts, TED Talks, documentaries, and educational channels. Make conscious choices instead of defaulting to passive scrolling. Track your screen time and check in weekly. Awareness empowers change. Use app timers to set healthy limits. Make good content easy to access. Create playlists, save articles, and move inspiring apps to your home screen. Increase friction for distractions, reduce it for growth. Design your digital environment for success. Your content diet shapes your mind, nourish it wisely. Small changes add up to big results. One healthy meal won't make you fit. One inspiring video won't transform your mind. The magic is in repetition. Daily exposure to positive ideas rewires your brain. Over time, uplifting content becomes your inner voice. You build a fortress of positivity, resilient to negativity and self-doubt. Challenges become opportunities, not threats. Confidence grows from knowing you have the tools to handle life. Consistent practice brings clarity and peace. Replace anxiety-fueling media with content that teaches gratitude and mindfulness. Find peace not in the absence of problems but in your ability to stay centered. Brick by brick, you build a resilient, positive mind. Your mind is a garden and you are the gardener. You can't stop negative seeds from landing, but you choose which ones to water. Feed anger and fear, and weeds will take over. Nurture kindness, growth, and gratitude, and your mind will flourish. A positive mind radiates peace and uplifts others. Every content choice is a vote for your future self. This isn't about perfection, it's about intention. Start today. Unfollow one draining account, subscribe to one inspiring podcast, swap 10 minutes of scrolling for mindful reading. Be the master gardener of your mind. Choose your seeds, water them with attention, and pull the weeds. Your mind is your most precious asset. Feed it well, nurture it, protect it, and watch it grow because it truly matters.